Would you believe this tiny 1953 Canadian penny could be worth more than $100,000 today? Most people ignore it, but this coin hides a royal secret that could change your life. In 1953, Canada introduced a new coin that marked the beginning of a royal era, the 1-cent coin featuring a young Queen Elizabeth II. It wasn't just another penny. It was history cast in bronze, the first Canadian coin to bear the portrait of the new monarch after her father, King George VI, passed away. At first glance, the 1953 Canadian penny looks ordinary, but what makes it special lies in the details: the portrait, the lettering, and the subtle minting variations that collectors chase even today. The coin's obverse shows a graceful, youthful Queen Elizabeth II facing right, designed by Mary Gillick. This design was used on all early Commonwealth coins and is loved for its simple elegance and royal charm. On the reverse side, the iconic maple leaves stand tall, a proud symbol of Canada's strength and beauty. It's a timeless design that every Canadian recognizes instantly, but not all 1953 to 1964 pennies are the same. During minting, several varieties were produced, and some are incredibly rare. The 1953 shoulder fold and no shoulder fold varieties are the most famous and valuable among them. In the no shoulder fold version, the Queen's shoulder strap is faint or missing, making it rare and highly sought after. The shoulder fold variety corrected that flaw, but the earlier one remains a prized find for collectors. High-grade examples of the 1953 no shoulder fold penny can sell for $10,000 to $25,000, depending on condition and grading. Don't skip this part. In just a moment, you'll see how one tiny line on the Queen's shoulder can make your penny worth thousands. This secret is what only expert collectors know. It's one of Canada's most collectible small coins. Other key dates, such as 1954, 1955, and 1959, also have unique varieties and errors, like double dies, die cracks, and planchet flaws, that can raise their value even higher. Collectors often look for sharp details on the Queen's hair, a clear shoulder line, and strong maple leaf veins on the reverse. These features define premium quality and increase the coin's price exponentially. Even the 1955 hanging 5 error, where a small die mark appears below the 5, can turn a simple coin into one worth thousands. The coins from 1953 to 1964 were minted in both Ottawa and Winnipeg, and differences in metal quality and die pressure can affect their appearance. Mint state versions with deep red luster are the most desirable. For everyday people, these coins often go unnoticed, sitting in jars, drawers, or old wallets, but collectors see gold where others see copper. The early Queen Elizabeth coins represent the beginning of modern Canadian coinage, symbolizing renewal, tradition, and royal continuity. The 1-cent coin's small size may deceive you, but its cultural and historical value is massive. Every detail, from the maple leaves to the Latin inscriptions, connects to Canada's identity. Over the years, as the Canadian penny was discontinued in 2012, these older coins became even more precious. They are now artifacts of an era that will never return. Collectors worldwide continue to search for pristine 1953 to 1964 pennies with original mint brilliance and uncirculated surfaces. If you made it this far, you're part of our rare coin family. Gemstone. Hit that subscribe button, because in the next video, we're revealing a coin that's 10 times rarer than this one, and could make you filthy rich. The demand for graded coins is higher than ever. A perfect MS-66 or MS-67 graded 1953 penny can command extraordinary prices at international auctions, attracting both investors and history enthusiasts. Many coin experts predict that early Queen Elizabeth pennies will keep increasing in value as they become rarer in top condition. Even coins with light toning or patina are considered valuable if the strike remains strong and the details are untouched. The story of the Canadian 1-cent coin from 1953 to 1964 is a reminder that sometimes the smallest coins hold the biggest history. Each penny carries the memory of Canada's post-war optimism, royal legacy, and the dawn of a new age under Queen Elizabeth II. When you hold one, you're holding a piece of Canada's golden era, a story told in bronze, with a touch of royal grace. Imagine discovering one of these rare varieties in your family's old collection. That small penny could be worth enough to change your life. The next time you see a 1950s or 1960s Canadian penny, look closer. Check for errors, mint marks, and that tiny shoulder fold detail. Many collectors who once ignored these coins later realized they had hidden treasures sitting right in their homes. So keep your eyes open, your magnifying glass ready, and your collector's heart alive. You might be the next person to uncover a rare 1953 Canadian penny worth a fortune. And remember, every coin tells a story. And this one tells the story of a queen, a nation, and a legacy that will live forever. The topmost next coin. Most people think these old Canadian pennies are worthless, but wait till you see what the 1965 or 1970 versions could sell for, up to $150,000. What if I told you that a tiny brown penny sitting in your drawer could be worth over $150,000 right now? Face screaming in fear. Most people see the Canada 1-cent coin as just old copper, but between 1965 and 1979, something incredible happened: mint errors, rare varieties, and design secrets that turned ordinary pennies into treasure. Don't blink, because the next few minutes could change the way you see coins forever. The Canada 1-cent coin from this era isn't just history, it's a hidden goldmine. Each coin features the elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, a design that collectors still call the royal era of perfection. But what's truly shocking? Some of these coins have tiny details, nearly invisible to the eye, that make them worth thousands. Let's start with the 1965 penny. It's not one coin, but two. The pointed 5 and blunt 5 varieties. Don't click away now, because in just a few seconds, you'll see how a small mint error under the Queen's chin could make your penny worth a fortune. The difference? The shape of the number 5 at the date's end. One sharp, one rounded. To most people, it's nothing. But to a coin expert, it's a jackpot. The pointed 5 version in perfect condition has sold for over $10,000 at Canadian auctions. Hold your breath, this is just the beginning. Now, jump to 1970. This year hides one of the rarest misprints in Canadian history, the large beads versus small beads varieties. Collectors worldwide are still chasing this error because the differences are microscopic, visible only under magnification. If you have a 1970 penny with the large beads around the rim, you might be holding a $50,000 collectible. By the early 1970s, the Royal Canadian Mint was experimenting with dies, spacing, and metal content. Don't click away now, because in just a few seconds, you'll see how a small mint error under the Queen's chin could make your penny worth a fortune. The 1973 double die Obverse is a masterpiece of minting chaos. The date and Queen's portrait slightly doubled due to a misstrike. Auction records show that this coin, though common in appearance, has fetched $20,000 to $40,000 depending on grade. Don't click away now, because in just a few seconds, you'll see how a small mint error under the Queen's chin could make your penny worth a fortune. Here's where it gets wild: the 1979 near beads and far beads varieties. Imagine two coins from the same year, but one spacing difference turns it into a collector's dream. A far beads 1979 penny in uncirculated condition once reached $15,000. And experts believe even higher values are possible as demand grows. So why are these coins skyrocketing in value? Because each one tells a story of transition, the final decades of copper pennies before Canada moved to modern alloys. These coins aren't just money, they're fragments of royal legacy and minting innovation that connect generations of collectors. Look closely at the Queen's portrait, you'll notice how the hair design and lettering evolved over the years. If you've made it this far, you're officially part of the Rare Coin family. Gemstone, subscribe now, because next we're revealing a Canadian coin even rarer than gold. Don't click away now, because in just a few seconds, you'll see how a small mint error under the Queen's chin could make your penny worth a fortune. Those subtle artistic tweaks also help experts identify early and late die strikes. Coins from these transitional dies can multiply in price, some 1969 and 1970 coins even breaking 5-figure sales. If you're wondering how to check your pennies, grab a magnifying glass and inspect the rim, date, and maple leaves. Any doubling, unusual spacing, or bead variation could mean serious money. Always compare your coin to verified images online or professional catalogs, or visit a numismatic expert for grading. Collectors across Canada, the US, and Asia are now competing for these 1-cent coins. eBay listings regularly show bidding wars for clean, bright red-toned specimens. Don't click away now, because in just a few seconds, you'll see how a small mint error under the Queen's chin could make your penny worth a fortune. The rarer ones, with crisp details and no scratches, are often snapped up by global investors within hours, but here's the secret most beginners miss: condition equals profit. That a circulated 1965 pointed 5 might fetch a few hundred, but the same coin graded MS-65 read by PCGS can jump to $12,000 or more. Always protect your finds using plastic flips and never clean them. Even the smallest scratch can destroy the value. As gold and silver prices rise, numismatic demand follows, and vintage copper coins are now the next big wave. That's why collectors call the 1965 to 1979 1 cent the sleeping giant of Canadian currency. If you've made it this far, you're officially part of the rare coin family. Gemstone, subscribe now, because next we're revealing a Canadian coin even rarer than gold. Its beauty, its history, and its rarity are finally being recognized worldwide. If you've made it to this point, you're part of the elite few who truly understand the hidden world of coins. Subscribe to Global Coins Mystery, because next, we reveal a coin even rarer than gold, the Canadian 1 cent 1953 to 1964, the coin that started it all. Who knows? Your next penny might just be worth a fortune. Money bag.